Success loves silence, not because it's mysterious, but because it needs time and space to grow. Like a seed hidden beneath the soil, success begins quietly. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't demand attention. It simply works steadily, silently, until one day it stands tall for the world to see. But here's the challenge. Most of us feel the need to share our plans too soon. We talk about what we're going to do, how we'll get there, and why it'll change everything. Maybe it's recognition we're after or the thrill of saying, "Look at me, I'm on my way." The problem, the more you talk, the less energy you have left to act. Talking creates an illusion of progress. People applaud, you feel rewarded, and suddenly the urgency to actually execute fades. The dream starts dying in the comfort of words. I've seen this happen countless times. People with brilliant ideas burn out before they even begin, because they expose their vision too early, letting doubt, criticism, and distraction creep in. That's why it's powerful to keep your plans close to your chest, not out of secrecy but out of wisdom. Protect your vision in its fragile stage. Share only with those who can nurture it, not trample it. There's also strength in surprise. Imagine working silently for months, even years, and then unveiling your finished work to the world. No previews, no promises, just results. Action will always speak louder than words. Two men taught me this lesson. One was full of plans and couldn't stop talking. People smiled politely, but when nothing happened, they stopped believing, and eventually so did he. The other was a quiet farmer. Instead of talking, he studied, worked, and applied new techniques. When harvest came, his results shocked everyone. His secret: "I worked when no one was watching." That's the difference. The less you talk, the more you act. The less you seek validation, the more confidence you build within yourself. Silence protects your focus, builds momentum, and keeps your fire alive. The world is noisy. Opinions, doubts, envy, distractions. Share too soon, and you invite all that noise into your dream. But keep your plans private, and you create a greenhouse where your vision can grow strong enough to face the outside world. At the end of the day, it's not about what you say you'll do. It's about what you actually accomplish. Let your success make the noise. It was a lifelong dream, and he was determined to make it real. But instead of announcing it to the world, he set a quiet goal: 500 words a day. No fanfare, no declarations, not even his closest friends knew. He simply wrote, day after day, in silence. Months later, when he finally shared the manuscript with a few trusted people, their reaction was pure admiration. They weren't just impressed by the book itself, but by the discipline it took to create it quietly. And when it was published, the success spoke for itself. Now contrast that with another friend. He too wanted to write. He had passion, ideas, and energy, but he spent it all talking, sharing outlines, asking for opinions, updating everyone on his progress. The more he talked, the less he wrote. And in the end, his project fizzled out. The lesson is clear. Action breeds confidence, while too much talking breeds hesitation. When you act consistently, even in small steps, you prove to yourself that you're capable. You build momentum, and momentum fuels progress. But when you talk too much, you get stuck in the land of possibilities. What could be, what might be, without ever moving toward reality. Some people think keeping plans private makes you secretive. But it's not about secrecy, it's about strategy. Your dreams are fragile in the beginning. They need protection, just like seeds in a garden. You don't invite the whole neighborhood to walk across freshly planted soil. You nurture it quietly, and only once it grows do you invite others to see the results. The same is true of your goals. Silence isn't about shutting people out, it's about preserving your focus. Because here's what happens when you overshare. You invite doubts, criticism, envy, and unsolicited advice. And those distractions can water down your vision, steal your energy, and kill your momentum. But when you work quietly, you create space for growth. You give yourself freedom to fail privately, to adjust, to experiment, without the weight of outside judgment. That's a gift. And when the results are ready, they speak louder than any promise ever could. Results are your best advertisement. They don't just get attention, they earn respect. Think of it this way. Talking about your goals is like releasing steam. It feels good, but it lowers the pressure needed to keep moving. Action, on the other hand, builds pressure, builds momentum, and eventually creates a breakthrough. So here's my challenge to you. The next time you set a goal, resist the urge to announce it. Write it down. Make a plan. Take the first step quietly, deliberately, with full focus. Remember, success doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need a spotlight. It grows quietly in the dark when no one is watching. And when the time is right, your results will speak for themselves, louder than any words ever could.